Ladies and gentlemen, this is the state of the scene.
Let's talk about the Machine Gun Kelly Razor guitar. Machine Gun Kelly partnered with Schecter. Do you think that's how that's pronounced? Schecter?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Schecter? Schecter guitars for a line of MGK Signature Series guitars, right? One of which had a body fashioned to look like a razor blade. Loki, is that a bar? Did I write a bar by accident?
To their credit.
Is she got a body like a razor blade? Anything?
It's a little problematic. I don't know.
We'll revisit it.
It's to their credit here, and I'm sure
through the bullshit.
We've flashed the image on the screen. I'm sure by now in post.
Yeah, we totally did that. We 100% did that.
We did. It looks like a razor blade. Like they got that shit spot on.
The design obviously caught like my eye. Because I'm gonna be honest with you,
You've been looking. You've been in the market for a razor blade guitar.
I'm gonna be honest with everybody. Listen, we'll get to it, but everybody fucking hates this guitar. But when I first saw this, I was like,
fucking fire.
This has gotta go. This is off the record too, so nobody can hold me accountable for that take. This is way off the fucking record,
Bleep
right?
it.
I just I didn't know you could do shit with guitars. I thought we were stuck with this stupid fucking dumbass looking goldfish bullshit for the rest of our lives.
What are the other possibilities? I think of like
finally an artist comes along and challenges the norm.
All these fucking pop punk artists.
Yeah.
Fucking between you and me, I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
With the butterfly neck tattoo. Why doesn't your bassist and your guitarist both have the fucking butterfly neck?
Boring ass fuck. Guitars were so fucking boring until about 4 days ago.
And when MGK revolutionized the game.
Nobody's even talked about guitars for fucking 50 years, right?
This is like the second major breakthrough in all of guitars.
The other one was when they started cutting the fucking tips of them off.
Yeah.
Right? Blah, 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 blah. We accidentally ignited a war between the scene and MGK and his fans, right?
So it happens.
Like, not even fucking intentionally, right? I knew people were going to have strong opinions about it, obviously, because literally every time I post anything about Machine Gun Pelly,
Mr. Pelly,
the fucking soccer player, Machine Gun Kelly, there's fucking 700 comments reminding me of why he's hated and so on.
And it's part of the appeal to doing it, too.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's like, thanks for the engagement. I don't know.
Yeah. Here are a couple of comments from our followers that pretty much sum up like the general sentiment of most replies. Nick Malicious, who this dude wasn't even
malicious.
This dude wasn't even in like a band, but he low-key coined himself like Black Veil Brides was going to call him off the bench or something. You know what I mean? Like just in case. Like just in case he was barricaded at a show and like fucking... The fuck, I can't even name him.
Chris Motionless is like looking out into the crowd. It's like, hey, Vinny can't drum tonight.
Right, precisely.
Spotlight lands right on that one person.
It's like Corey Taylor was going to fire 3 more guys and finally come to him. So Nick Malicious commented, "This is absolutely horrendous, and everyone involved should sit in the corner and not come out until they think long and hard about what they did." Right?
Fucking hard.
So he's not only is he upset with FGK, but he's upset with fucking Schecter
the Schecter marketing team, yeah.
Johnny Six also angling for a spot in a band.
So Johnny Six was in Black Veil Brides?
Yeah, this is actually a Black Veil Brides, but I just didn't pick it up. Says, yeah, that's a big no. I like the shift in the music choice / style, but come on. What is this? Like, yeah, it's legitimately glorifying self-harm. I get it. He wants to be edgy and emo, but this ain't it at all. Finally, Liam says, putting aside the whole, oh, it's edgy, so cool, BS. It literally has dog shit pickups and an incredible mid-bridge. Hard pass. Marcus, I learned something.
Too technical. You lost me. You lost me.
I learned very quick. A lot of people were commenting. It's like, how the fuck do you even play this thing? And I was like...
Just like any other guitar. What are you talking about?
What
are you a real guitarist or not?
I'm going to show you how to play a guitar. You fucking idiot. So where things really seemed to grab everyone's attention was when Static Dress vocalist Ollie Appleyard quoted our tweet and said, "I fucking hate living on this planet." So at some point while all this was going on, Machine Gun Kelly had actually retweeted our post, right? And his fans were jumping in to like defend the design, and like soon enough, so was MGK. Right? He caught wind, And the first place he went and left a comment was on Ollie Appleyard's post saying, "Words from a jealous musician who never made it." Which is, within context of everyone who knows about Static Dress, a very funny way of attacking out Ollie, right? It's like, there's a million different things I'm sure you could have said to, like, punch back. But calling someone out for never making it when their band is like 3 years old feels a bit like the hardest swing and a miss I've seen in quite some time.
No, the reason it's so funny is just because hot off of 2 years ago, collaborating with Ollie Sykes from Bring Me the Horizon, who Static Dress are now currently embarked on an arena tour supporting that band as the opener. It's like all of that context makes for that being the funniest possible reply MGK could have like thrown out there.
There are so many bands where he could have made this reply and it would have stuck.
Yeah,
right? It would have at least made sense.
Sure.
And then the funniest thing is everybody's like fucking commenting on MGK, like correcting him, kind of like we are. You know what I mean? They're like, MGK, you fucking dumb moron. Static Dress are going to be opening for Bring Me. Like they're selling out shows. They're fucking 3 years old. They just signed with Roadrunner, right?
Yeah.
But at this point, you're essentially trying to get MGK to apologize. But the impetus of this is that Ollie Appleyard called his guitar like something worth killing himself over, right? So it's like, even if you go back to the start of this argument, like I don't think you're going to get MGK to backtrack and apologize.
No.
So Ollie would go on the comment to MGK's post. "Don't worry, bro. Just continue to push horrific themes to literal children." It's worth noting that with that reply, Ollie Appleyard ratioed the fuck out of MGK. That's just facts. Like the fucking the disparity in likes was like, it was, oh, you think that's what it was?
Home court advantage.
Like MGK never stood a chance on that one?
On our post,
yeah,
a band that we have done our best to really share and put out there to our fan base who love Static Dress.
If I'm MGK and I have 1.5 million followers, right?
Why do you know that offhand?
And because he retweeted us and I was like, we about to do numbers. And my fans didn't come save me, I'd delete my account. I'd be like, we're fucking finished. Like, this is like I depend on y'all for one thing, and that's not to let somebody with 3K followers come here and fuck my shit up.
Would never allow a ratio to happen on me.
Right.
I just deactivate. I'll come back, but I'll deactivate in the meantime.
Right. So like, MGK would then come in and have like the final word on this all. And he said, "You can continue to show them how to be shallow-minded and not look at art with any depth. I've done my job as an artist by creating a conversation. You've done yours as an idiot by not having the capacity to understand my message." Now, I'm a little torn at this point, right? Because I'm a big fucking Ollie Appleyard fan. Like, I'll die on the cross for fucking Static Dress at this point. But I'm also not an MGK hater, right?
I'm an MGK hater.
So, like, I'm
So I hear you, Sam.
Again, off the record, I'm an MGK fan. Off the record.
On the record, I can be swayed. Give me a $1,500 guitar, and suddenly I know whose side I'm on. I can be bought, is all I'm saying.
Is that how much guitars cost normally? Is $1,500 like the going price, or is that like the MGK fucking like inflation price?
It's got to be like a little bit of the signature thing. I feel like if you're in a bigger band, like if you're the Motionless in White guitarist, if you're not playing something that's worth at least like $2,000, you're not doing it right.
Okay, fair enough.
Is that? I don't know.
Actually, I don't know. The more we talk about guitars, it's like that I don't see some of these bands playing like some diamond encrusted bullshit is actually like, fucking step your shit up, bro.
Someone posted
I want like Prada, the fucking like brand, like labeled on the Devil Wears Prada's guitarists.
Someone posted like what individual drum parts cost, and it blew my fucking mind.
What is it? Like $40?
I'm like,
$50?
That little forgettable little fucking like double pedal down at the bottom.
Don't even need that. Literally doesn't even do anything.
It's like $500. It's like, what?
Idiots, bro. You could literally get this guitar
Yeah,
for one quarter.
Just learn guitar.
Just be a guitarist. Like, why would you waste your money like that? So
you
like,
need a chord and an amp.
Listen, I'm Sweden here, right? I'm looking at all this and I'm like, I'm not getting involved. I'm just like, I'm not touching this, right? Like, go with God, MGK. Go with God. Go with God the entirety of the seat. But it's like, man, the longer this goes on,
No guilt, Sam.
Guilt
tweeting
for
this
what?
out?
I was like, this seems kind of neat.
You started a war.
I mean, okay, all right. Hindsight 2020, would I still have tweeted it? Obviously, I love attention. But should I have tweeted? Of course not. Of course I shouldn't have tweeted it, right? But I can't help myself. MGK would then post like kind of similar sentiments under a quote from YouTuber Metal Beard, who actually went and made a whole YouTube video about that as well. Because by the time like today rolled around, there was like a fucking TMZ post. There was a fucking Loudwire post. Like every other fucking metal publication had like covered this in some capacity.
10
right?
more YouTube videos about it now.
Yeah. We're late to our own fucking party on this one, right? It's like, let me tell you all about this MGK thing you heard about from everybody else you fucking listened to. He unshared our post, which I'm not going to take personally. It's completely understandable at this point. MGK's final statement on the matter was this.
Go buy it.
Would have been funny. Yeah. Would have been funny. Lean into it. Y'all can't afford it anyways. You know what I mean? Just lean into it. Final quote, MGK. I'll never explain my art because true art is conversational and always up for interpretation. But I will say most of you constantly interpret it wrong. And then blame me for your version of what you think my art is. Ultimately, I'm sad at how people perceive me in general. Peace. Kind of felt a little bad reading this, honestly.
Yeah.
Listen, MGK is trying to fight a battle that's been raging for 40 years, convincing alternative kids that popular things are cool too, right? Like you're fucking starting at the bottom and trying to climb a mountain that nobody else has managed to get on top of yet. You put yourself in this fight.
Sure.
But part of me is also like, I thought as a scene, we kind of came around a little bit to being like, it's okay to listen to music that is also popular. Like I thought we reached that point. It's not like, I thought we finally got there. And what I'm learning is that like, in some ways we did, but in ways that involve Machine Gun Kelly, apparently we are not budging.
They're not there. They're not there yet.
They're just not willing to accept the fucking downfall into their lives.
It is sort of like a sad final statement in regards to all this, but I'm not gonna lie, dude. I laughed out loud when someone quote tweeted it with just the emo girl chorus, which is like the most vapid chorus the guy's ever written.
It is, man. You're right, because it's brutal. It's brutal. It's like the ways that Machine Gun Kelly has managed to popularize himself within two completely different genres and reinvent himself is an art in and of itself.
Sure.
But it's not as if he entered the pop punk space and did anything revolutionary. He just knew how to market it significantly better and with a much stronger backing than most of the bands in our scene have been capable of, right?
And at the end of the day, pretty much picked up the torch where we all thought Blink-182 had dropped it and died, and held it until handing it back to Blink-182 when they finally returned last year, technically, with the album.
Right. And I'll stand by this. I forever, no one will admit it, but like Machine Gun Kelly did bring attention to bands you like. I promise you on. People have found this podcast because we reviewed Machine Gun Kelly's album. And there are 20 bands that they'd never heard of that were discussed ad nauseum in between that review.
They're still with us.
They're still with us. Ideally. Cool. They were.
And we don't talk about MGK every week.
Now they got to fucking wash our hands of us, bro.
They do.
They got to wash our hands of bro.